Question number 1. Which part of a laser printer applies a positive charge to the paper that attracts the toner particles to it? Option A is erase lamp. Option B is transfer roller. Option C is laser. Option D is primary corona.
Question number 1, answer option D, primary corona.
Question number 2. The printer in the accounting department has stopped all printing processes. The print queue shows 7 jobs in the queue waiting to be printed. Which of the following would be the best next troubleshooting step? Option A. Send a test job to the printer and move it to the top of the queue. Option B. Restart the printer's spooler. Option C. Install an updated version of the printer driver. Option D. Delete everything in the queue and resend the print jobs.
Question number 2, answer option B, restart the printer's spooler.
Question number 3. Monica just bought a new computer. She wants to install her 3-year-old inkjet printer on the new system, but has lost the driver disk. She can't get on the internet to download the latest drivers. What should she do for drivers? A. Install a driver for a similar printer. B. She's stuck until she can get on the internet. C. She can use the Mac drivers. D. She can install the printer without drivers.
Question number 3, answer A, install a driver for a similar printer. Monica can try installing a driver for a similar printer model that is compatible with her inkjet printer. While it may not provide all the specific features of her printer, it can often allow basic printing functionality.
Question number 4. A user's print jobs to a new multifunction printer produce pages of garbled text, but jobs from other users are printing normally. Which of the following would be the most likely reason for this issue? Option A. Printer driver specifies secured prints. Option B. Faulty network cable. Option C. Print driver is configured for PCL. Option D. Application is not authorized to print.
Question number 4, answer option C, print driver is configured for PCL. The issue of garbled text in print jobs is often associated with a mismatch between the printer driver settings and the actual printer language or emulation. PCL, printer command language, and PostScript are 2 common printer languages, and using the wrong one in the driver settings can result in garbled output. Checking and configuring the correct printer language in the driver settings should help resolve the issue. The incorrect answers: option A, printer driver specifies secured prints. Secured printing allows the user to associate their print job with a PIN, personal identification number, and the job will not print until the PIN is entered at the printer console. This process does not cause the output to appear garbled or corrupted. Option B, faulty network cable. A faulty cable would cause the printer to receive data slowly or not at all. The output of the printer would not be affected by a faulty Ethernet cable. Option D, application is not authorized to print. A print authorization is commonly determined by the user's rights and permissions and is not based on the application. If a user did not have rights to print, then no print job would be queued and no output would be created.
Question number 5. Tom just installed a second printer on his system. When he prints in Microsoft Word, the job goes to the wrong printer. What does he need to do to get print jobs always to go to one printer or the other? Option A. He needs to set the main printer. Option B. He needs to set the primary printer. Option C. He needs to set the system printer. Option D. He needs to set the default printer.
Question 5, answer option D. He needs to set the default printer. To ensure that print jobs consistently go to a specific printer, Tom needs to set that printer as the default printer on his system. This can usually be done through the operating system's printer settings. The default printer is the one that will be used unless a different printer is specified for a particular print job.
Question number 6. A user in the accounting department needs to print a form on the laser printer on both sides of the page. Which of the following options should be configured in the accounting software? Option A, resolution. Option B, duplex. Option C, orientation. Option D, collate.
Question number 6. Answer is option B, duplex. To print on both sides of the page, the user should configure the duplex printing option in the accounting software. Duplex printing allows for automatic double-sided printing, saving paper and providing a more efficient printing solution. The incorrect answer's option A, collate. When printing multiple copies, the collate option will print all of the pages in a document before printing the next copy. Option B, orientation. The orientation setting will change the output between portrait or landscape. The orientation option will not change which sides of the page are used during the printing process. Option D, resolution. The resolution setting will modify the number of dots per inch used for the output. A larger number of dots per inch will increase the resolution and make the text and images appear sharper on the page.
Question number 7. Frank's color inkjet printer no longer prints the color yellow, though it prints all the other colors just fine. The printer worked fine last month, the last time he printed in color. Which of the following is the most likely problem? Option A, he has run out of yellow ink. Option B, he turned off the yellow nozzle. Option C, he has a corrupt printer driver. Option D, his printer is set to monochrome mode.
Question number 7. Answer: he has run out of yellow ink. The most likely problem is that Frank has run out of yellow ink. If one of the color cartridges, in this case yellow, is empty or low on ink, it can result in the printer not being able to produce that color. Checking the ink levels and replacing the yellow ink cartridge should resolve the issue.
Question number 8. A system administrator is using a maintenance kit on a network-connected laser printer. Which of the following should be the last step when performing this maintenance? Option A, examine the feed rollers. Option B, wait until the fuser unit cools down and replace it. Option C, reset the page counter. Option D, replace the power cord.
Question number 8. The answer: C, reset the page counter. The page counter is a helpful metric to determine how much the printer is used, which in turn determines when the next maintenance should be scheduled. After performing the current maintenance cycle and verifying the printer's operation, the page counter should be reset, so the next maintenance time frame can be properly estimated. The incorrect answers: A, examine the feed rollers. Examining or replacing the feed rollers is a normal part of the maintenance process, but it would not often be the last step in the maintenance process. B, wait until the fuser unit cools down and replace it. Fusers can sometimes be replaced during maintenance, but this would not be the last step in the process. D, replace the power cord. Replacing the power cord is not commonly part of the maintenance process. The only time the power cord would need replacing is if it has been damaged. Power cords do not generally wear out or need replacement.
Question number 9. Anita's laser printer is printing tiny specks on the paper. What should she do first? Option A, wipe the paper with bleach. Option B, run the printer maintenance program. Option C, clean the nozzles. Option D, vacuum the printer.
Question number 9. Answer: if Anita's laser printer is producing tiny specks on the paper, the most likely cause is that the nozzles are dirty or clogged. Cleaning the nozzles is a common maintenance task that can help resolve this issue. Running the printer maintenance program, option B, may include an option to clean the nozzles. However, if there is a specific option for cleaning nozzles, it would be more direct to choose that option. Wiping the paper with bleach, option A, and vacuuming the printer, option D, are not recommended as they can potentially damage the printer and are not standard solutions for this issue.
Question number 10. A user in the manufacturing department reports that every page printed from the central networked laser printer has a single black line extending from the top of the page to the bottom. Which of the following is the most likely cause of this issue? Option A. The fuser is damaged. Option B. The printer language is not properly configured. Option C. The photosensitive drum is damaged. Option D. The toner is low.
Answer number 10. Option C. The photosensitive drum is damaged. A single black line extending from the top of the page to the bottom is a common symptom of a damaged or malfunctioning photosensitive drum in a laser printer. The photosensitive drum is a critical component responsible for transferring the toner onto the paper during the printing process. If the drum is damaged, it can result in a consistent line appearing on the printed pages. Some printers allow individual drums to be replaced, and others require the entire toner cartridge with drum to be replaced. Once the scratched drum is replaced, the black line will no longer appear on the printer output. Options A, B, and D are less likely causes for this specific symptom. A damaged fuser, option A, might cause other types of print defects, but not typically a single line from top to bottom. Incorrect printer language configuration, option B, would likely lead to more widespread printing issues rather than a specific line. Low toner, option D, usually manifests as faded or light print rather than a distinct line.
Question number 11. Laura's laser printer has stopped working and is displaying this error message. Error 81 service. What should she do first? Option A. Update the printer's firmware. Option B. Reinstall the printer driver. Option C. Try to find the error in the user's guide or maintenance program or online. Option D. Turn off the printer and call the manufacturer's helpline.
Option C. Try to find the error in the user's guide or maintenance program or online. When encountering a specific error message like Error 81 Service, the first step should be to consult the user's guide or maintenance program for the printer. Many error messages come with specific codes that are explained in the user's guide or documentation. Additionally, checking online resources or the manufacturer's support website for information about the specific error code can provide insights into the cause of the problem and potential solutions. Option A, updating the printer's firmware, might be a consideration after identifying the cause, but it's not the immediate step to take. Reinstalling the printer driver, option B, is unlikely to resolve a hardware-related service error. Option D, turning off the printer and calling the manufacturer's helpline, can be a later step if the issue persists, after attempting to identify and resolve it using available resources.
Question number 12. When printing a document on a laser printer, a user finds that all of the text on the page smears when touched. What is the most likely cause of this issue? A. Toner cartridge is low. B. Fuser is damaged. C. Photosensitive drum has been scratched. D. Incorrect printer driver is installed. E. Printer cleaning process is not working.
Answer number 12. The most likely cause of text smearing when touched on a laser printed document is B. Fuser is damaged. The fuser is a component in a laser printer responsible for melting and bonding the toner to the paper. If the fuser is damaged, it may not be properly fixing the toner to the paper, leading to smearing when touched.
Question number 13. Peter's printer isn't printing blue, cyan. He checks the ink levels and sees that there's plenty of ink. What should he consider next? Option A. An ink cartridge is missing. Option B. A laser is blocked. Option C. A nozzle is clogged. Option D. A print head is jammed.
Answer number 13. Option C. A nozzle is clogged. If Peter's inkjet printer is not printing blue, cyan, despite having sufficient ink, it is possible that the nozzle for the cyan ink is clogged. Nozzle clogs can prevent the ink from being properly sprayed onto the paper. Running a printer cleaning or maintenance cycle may help resolve the issue by clearing the clogged nozzle.
Question number 14. A user is reporting that a shared laser printer in the marketing department is not printing from one particular application. The front panel of the printer shows that the printer is online and ready to receive print jobs. Other users in the department are able to successfully print to the printer. Which of the following would be the best next troubleshooting step? Option A. Restart the print spooler. Option B. Power cycle the printer. Option C. Verify the network printer name in the application. Option D. Perform a test print from the printer console.
Answer number 14. Option C. Verify the network printer name in the application. Since other users in the department can successfully print to the printer, it suggests that the printer and the network connection are likely functioning correctly. The issue may be specific to the user or the application they are using. Verifying the network printer name in the application ensures that the correct printer is selected. There may be a misconfiguration or a selection of a different printer within the application that is causing the problem for this particular user.
Question number 15. The output from Charlie's laser printer is fading evenly. What should she suspect first? Option A. A laser is blocked. Option B. The printer is out of toner. Option C. A nozzle is clogged. Option D. Her printer is dirty.
Answer number 15. Option B. The printer is out of toner. If the output from Charlie's laser printer is fading evenly, the most likely culprit is that the printer is running out of toner. Toner is a powder used in laser printers to create text and images on paper. As the toner cartridge becomes empty, the print quality can degrade, resulting in faded prints. Checking and replacing the toner cartridge would be the first thing to suspect in this situation.
Question number 16. A company needs to purchase a new printer for an open work area. The primary requirement of this printer is to be as quiet as possible. Which of these printer types would be the best fit for this requirement? Option A. Thermal. Option B. Inkjet. Option C. Laser. Option D. Dot matrix.
The answer number 16, A. Thermal. Of the available options, the thermal printers are the quietest. The only moving parts in a thermal printer are the motors that push the paper through the printer, and those motors are small and run almost silently. The incorrect answer is D. Dot matrix. The dot matrix printers are probably the loudest option in this list. The metal pins in the dot matrix print head are impacting a page, and the printing process makes a significant amount of noise. B. Inkjet. Inkjet printer's printing process is a bit quieter than a dot matrix printer, but it's not as quiet as a thermal printing. The sound of a carriage moving the print heads across the page and the printing process itself would not provide the quietest printing option given the available options. And C. Laser. The laser printer uses many moving parts, high voltages, and a large motor to print a single page. This process makes more noise than a thermal printer, so it wouldn't fit the requirements.
Question number 17. Which printing process ends with the physical and electrical cleaning of the imaging drum? Option A. Inkjet. Option B. Thermal. Option C. Impact. Option D. Laser.
Answer number 17. Option D. Laser. The printing process that involves the physical and electrical cleaning of the imaging drum is associated with laser printers. In a laser printer, the imaging drum is a key component that attracts toner to form the desired image on paper. After each print job, the imaging drum needs to be cleaned to ensure that any residual toner is removed and to maintain print quality. The cleaning process involves both physical and electrical mechanisms to prepare the drum for the next printing cycle.
Question number 18. The output from your inkjet printer appears much darker than what you see on your screen. What is the problem? Option A. The printer and monitor need to be calibrated. Option B. You are using a weight of paper that is not supported in the MSDS. Option C. The black ink cartridge is almost empty. Option D. The color ink cartridges are almost empty.
Answer number 18. The printer and monitor need to be calibrated. If the output from your inkjet printer appears much darker than what you see on your screen, it indicates a potential calibration issue between your monitor and printer. Calibration ensures that the colors and tones are consistent between the display on your monitor and the printed output. Adjusting the calibration settings for both the monitor and printer can help in achieving a more accurate representation of colors and tones. This can be done through calibration tools and settings provided by the operating system or third-party software.
Question number 19. A user in the shipping department is printing a single page to your laser printer, but the output includes the printed page with 3 or 4 pages stuck together underneath it. Which of these would be the most likely cause of this issue? Option A, duplexer. Option B, transfer belt. Option C, fuser assembly. Option D, separation pad. Option E, imaging drum.
Answer number 19. Option D, separation pad. If a user in the shipping department is printing a single page to a laser printer, but the output includes the printed page with 3 or 4 pages stuck together underneath it, the most likely cause of this issue is a problem with the separation pad. The separation pad is responsible for ensuring that only one sheet of paper is fed into the printer at a time. If the separation pad is worn or not functioning correctly, multiple sheets may be picked up and fed through the printer simultaneously, leading to the described problem. It's worth noting that options like the duplexer, transfer belt, fuser assembly, and imaging drum are not typically associated with the issue of multiple pages being stuck together during printing.
Question number 20. What is the best way to make a printer available to everyone on your network and maintain the highest level of availability? Option A. Use a FireWire printer connected to a user's PC and share that printer on the network. Option B. Use a USB printer connected to a user's PC and share that printer on the network. Option C. Use a network printer connected directly to the network. Option D. Use a mechanical switch box with the printer.
Answer number 20. C. Use a network printer connected directly to the network. The best way to make a printer available to everyone on your network while maintaining the highest level of availability is to use a network printer connected directly to the network. This allows multiple users to access the printer without relying on an individual user's PC to act as a print server. Network printers have their own network interface and can be accessed by any device on the network, providing a centralized and more reliable printing solution.
Question number 21. A marketing manager is printing a document on the company letterhead stored in one of the printer trays. However, the output is instead printed from a tray containing plain paper. Which of the following would be the best way to resolve this issue? Option A. Select the duplex print option. Option B. Enable collated output. Option C. Modify the output tray in the print dialog. Option D. Change the output orientation.
Answer number 21. Option C. Modify the output tray in the print dialog. To resolve the issue where the document is printed on plain paper instead of the company letterhead, the marketing manager should modify the output tray settings in the print dialog. This option allows the user to specify which printer tray or paper source should be used for the print job. Selecting the correct tray for the company letterhead in the print dialog ensures that the printer uses the designated tray, resolving the problem of the document being printed on the wrong type of paper. Options like selecting duplex print, enabling collated output, and changing the output orientation are not directly related to the issue of using the correct paper tray for the letterhead.
Question number 22. Zoltan in accounting needs to print receipts in duplicate. The white copy stays with accounting and the pink copy goes to the customer. What type of printer should you install? Option A, inkjet. Option B, impact. Option C, laser. Option D, thermal wax transfer.
Answer number 22. For printing duplicate receipts with one copy for accounting, white, and another for the customer, pink, a suitable option would be a printer that can produce carbon copies. Among the given choices, the impact printer would be the most appropriate. Impact printers use a mechanism that physically strikes an inked ribbon against the paper, creating a duplicate copy by transferring the ink onto multiple sheets, typically using carbon paper between them. Therefore, the correct answer is option B, impact.
Question number 23. A manufacturing company uses a specialized printer which connects to a Windows computer over a USB connection. Which of the following would be the best way to allow all Windows devices in the company to send print jobs to this printer? Option A. Connect using AirPrint. Option B. Configure Windows printer sharing. Option C. Use print to file and copy the file to the printer. Option D. Copy the print jobs to a USB drive.
Answer number 23. B. Configure Windows printer. Sharing Windows printer sharing allows the Windows computer to act as a print server. All devices on the network can view the printer and send print jobs to the printer using the printer sharing feature. The incorrect answers. A. Connect using AirPrint. AirPrint is a technology used by Apple iOS to print to compatible network printers. AirPrint would not be the default method for printing from Windows devices to a Windows-connected printer. C. Use print to file and copy the file to the printer. Using print to file would create a local print file, but that file would need to be manually copied from the Windows computer to the printer. This process would be time-consuming and would interrupt the local Windows user each time a print job was needed. D. Copy the print jobs to a USB drive. Similar to the print to file option, putting the print jobs on a USB drive would require a manual process by the user connected to the printer. This can be easily avoided by enabling printer sharing and having the users submit the print jobs themselves.
Question number 24. Your multifunction device fails to print your print jobs and instead displays a
Memory.
overflow error. What can you do to rectify the problem? Select 2. Option A. Install more RAM in the printer. Option B. Install more RAM in the computer. Option C. Upgrade the RIP. Option D. Disable RAT.
Answer number 24. When facing a mem overflow error on a multifunction device, you can take the following actions to rectify the problem. Install more RAM in the printer. Increasing the printer's memory can help it handle larger print jobs and prevent memory overflow issues. Upgrade the RIP, raster image processor. The RIP is responsible for processing image data for printing. Upgrading the RIP can improve its efficiency and ability to handle larger and more complex print jobs.
Question number 25. Which of the following would be the most likely reason the finishing function of a printer would punch 2 holes in a page instead of 3? Option A. The incorrect paper tray is selected. Option B. The print driver is not configured properly. Option C. The printer is low on toner. Option D. The connection between the computer and the printer is faulty.
Answer number 25. The most likely reason for the finishing function of a printer punching 2 holes instead of 3 would be a configuration issue related to the print driver. The number of holes punched in the paper is typically controlled by settings in the print driver or the printer's internal configuration. Therefore, the correct option is option B. The print driver is not configured properly.
Question number 26. A system administrator has been asked to troubleshoot a non-operational print server. The printer displays an error code on the front panel and does not respond to any user input. The system administrator has created a list of 4 theories that might cause this particular error. Which of the following would be the best next troubleshooting step? Option A. Try different theories on the print server until the problem is resolved. Option B. Document the theories in the company knowledge base. Option C. Test each theory on a lab system. Option D. Replace the print server device.
Answer number 26. Option C. Test each theory on a lab system. The best next troubleshooting step would be to test each theory on a lab system. This approach allows the system administrator to isolate and identify the specific cause of the error without impacting the production environment. By testing each theory in a controlled setting, the administrator can gather more information, observe the behavior, and determine which theory, if any, is responsible for the issue. Once the cause is identified and verified in the lab, the administrator can then implement the appropriate solution or workaround on the production print server. This method minimizes the risk of causing further disruptions to the operational environment and helps ensure that the troubleshooting process is systematic and effective.
Question number 27. What is the proper order of the laser printer imaging process? Option A. Process, clean, charge, expose, develop, transfer, and fuse. Option B. Process, charge, expose, develop, transfer, fuse, and clean. Option C. Clean, expose, develop, transfer, fuse, process, and charge. Option D. Clean, charge, expose, develop, process, fuse, and transfer.
Answer number 27. The proper order of the laser printer imaging process is Option B. Process, charge, expose, develop, transfer, fuse, and clean.
Question number 28. A company has experienced a significant increase in printing costs over the last few months. Which of the following would provide the best way to track and manage these costs? Option A. Packet captures. Option B. Power usage monitor. Option C. Print spooler uptime. Option D. Audit logs.
Answer number 28. Option D. Audit logs. Audit logs are records of system activities and events, including user activities and changes to the system. In the context of managing printing costs, audit logs can provide valuable information about who is printing, what they are printing, and when the printing occurs. By analyzing audit logs, a company can identify patterns, track usage, and pinpoint areas where printing costs are escalating. Packet captures, Option A, are typically used for network analysis and troubleshooting, not for tracking printing costs. Power usage monitors, Option B, are designed to measure electrical consumption and are not directly related to printing costs. Print spooler uptime, Option C, may indicate the availability of the print spooler service, but does not provide detailed information on printing activities and associated costs. Therefore, audit logs are the most appropriate choice for tracking and managing printing costs.
Question number 29. The number that defines how many shades of gray per dot a scanner can save is referred to as what? Option A. Color depth. Option B. DPI. Option C. Resolution. Option D. Grayscale depth.
Answer number 29. Option D. Grayscale depth. The number that defines how many shades of gray per dot a scanner can save is referred to as grayscale depth. Grayscale depth is measured in bits, and a higher grayscale depth allows for a greater range of shades of gray to be represented in each pixel of the scanned image. This is important for accurately capturing details and nuances in grayscale images. Options A, B, and C are related to other aspects of scanning but do not specifically refer to the number of shades of gray per dot.
Question number 30. A technician has replaced a laser printer toner cartridge, but now the output does not appear as dark as the original toner cartridge. Which of the following would be the best way to address this issue? Option A. Run a printer calibration. Option B. Replace the fuser. Option C. Use a laser printer maintenance kit. Option D. Clean the OPC drum.
Answer number 30. The most appropriate option to address the issue of light print output after replacing a laser printer toner cartridge would be option D, clean the OPC drum. Over time, the OPC, organic photoconductor drum, can accumulate toner residue and other contaminants, leading to print quality issues. Cleaning the OPC drum can help improve the darkness and overall print quality. It's a common maintenance step for laser printers. While options like running a printer calibration, option A, and using a laser printer maintenance kit, option C, can be good general maintenance practices, cleaning the OPC drum specifically addresses the issue of light print output in this scenario. Replacing the fuser, option B, is unlikely to resolve the problem of light print output caused by a recently replaced toner cartridge. The fuser is responsible for fixing the toner onto the paper through heat, and it typically doesn't directly affect the darkness of the print.
Question number 31. Users in the marketing department are reporting that one network printer is not working. There are many print jobs in the queue, but none of the jobs are printing. A test print from the printer's front panel does not print any pages. What is the most likely reason for this printing issue? Option A. Printer drivers need to be updated. Option B. Network is disconnected. Option C. Print spooler needs to be restarted. Option D. Printer hardware has failed.
Answer number 31, option C. Printer hardware has failed. If the printer was operational, then a printer test from the front panel should provide some output. The test print bypasses the network and print spooler and provides a check for print quality. If the local test print isn't working, then the printer itself has some type of hardware failure. Option A. Printer drivers needing to be updated is usually not the cause when a test print from the printer's front panel also fails. Driver issues typically affect communication between the computer and the printer. Option B. If the network were disconnected, the test print from the printer's front panel would still usually work. Network issues might prevent print jobs from reaching the printer, but they wouldn't prevent the printer from processing a test print initiated locally. Option C. Restarting the print spooler is a troubleshooting step for print jobs stuck in the queue, but it's less likely to be the root cause if a test print from the printer's front panel also fails. It's more of a software-related fix.
Question number 32. A user in the marketing department is printing to a color printer, but the colors on the output don't match the colors on the screen. Which of the following would be the best next step? Option A. Restart the print spooler. Option B. Calibrate the monitor and printer. Option C. Replace the ink or toner. Option D. Configure the printer for PostScript.
Answer number 32. The best next step to address the issue of colors not matching between the screen and the output on a color printer is option B. Calibrate the monitor and printer. Calibrating the monitor and printer ensures that they are using consistent color profiles and settings. This process helps to align the colors on the monitor with the colors produced by the printer. Color calibration is a crucial step in achieving accurate and consistent color reproduction across different devices.
Question number 33. Which of the following would be the best way to remove toner and paper dust from the inside of a laser printer? Option A. Use a chemical cleaner that removes toner particles. Option B. Run a cleaning page through the printer. Option C. Wipe the inside with a damp cloth. Option D. Use compressed air to blow out the particles.
Answer number 33, option C, wipe the inside with a damp cloth. There can be a significant amount of dust and toner particles inside of a laser printer, and using a normal vacuum cleaner or compressed air would release the particles into the air, Instead, a damp cloth will capture the toner and dust without causing issues with airborne particles in the immediate area. The incorrect answers: use a chemical cleaner that removes toner particles. Unused toner is not difficult to remove, so a chemical cleaner is both unnecessary and potentially damaging to the printer. A damp cloth with cold water will pick up the toner without melting it or releasing it into the air. Option B, run a cleaning page through the printer. Cleaning pages are useful for thermal printers, but they won't pick up loose toner, particles, or dust from inside of a laser printer. Option D, use compressed air to blow out the particles. As mentioned above, compressed air will spread toner and dust around the area and make it very difficult to remove. Instead, a damp cloth with cold water will easily and quickly pick up the loose toner and dust.